Maybe I'll close it.
Hey, welcome everybody to another installment of Kiss Corner. We are going to rock. We are rocking from the four corners of the internet. We have the fearsome foursome here. We have Kevin Conrad, we have Scott Palacios, and we have Taylor Grosso, who will be reading the chats. And I am RT Bear. So how you guys doing?
Doing great, man. Great.
Awesome. It's been a long time. It's been what, a week?
Yeah. Actually, this is 2. Is this the second week?
Oh, actually, we did the show last time. We did it Monday of last week, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So it's almost been
quite 2
weeks.
Yeah. Yep.
So we're offset. That's why I feel so weird.
I miss you guys.
Miss you.
Miss too, man. I love you guys.
I love you guys. Kevin's been drinking a little bit. So since it's been a while, so how you been, Kevin?
Doing great. Doing very, very well. I'm looking forward to this episode.
Yeah, we're going to do some, we're going to go back in time. So if anybody is new to Kiss Corner right now, what we do is we talk for about an hour or so about Kiss. This episode, we're going to be reviewing and basically going over the Destroyer album and giving our insights on that album. And we have a special treat for you. 3 of us are musicians, and strangely enough, we're all drummers. And Taylor is, what do you play? You play the recorder?
I think I still remember how to play the recorder.
Yeah.
It was, you know what they say, you're only a professional recorder player for like maybe 3rd grade, and then it's just over.
Yeah, and your career's over after the 3rd grade. Yeah,
it's too competitive.
You know what? My drumming career was pretty much over in the 3rd grade too.
That's not true.
And so yeah, we're gonna talk about our garage days. So yeah, Scott is a drummer, Kevin's a drummer, and I'm a drummer as well. And we played in garage bands. Some of us went further than others. I think Scott is probably the most professional. Kevin is still playing. He plays with the Kiss cover band, Revenge. Yeah. And so, but we're going to go early. We're going to do a deep dive back into the old days where it all started with us. And I think most of us started drumming and playing music because of Kiss, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Actually, no. I have to. No. I came from a family of musicians, big band musicians. My grandfather, my uncle, my grandfather's son, both drummers.
Oh.
And, but I never could ever expect to be as good as they ever were. You know, they were always way beyond my skills. I'll talk about that though. My uncle tried to give me lessons. My grandfather did when I was a kid.
But you just wouldn't listen, would you, Kevin?
I wouldn't listen.
I'm going to start drumming because of Kiss.
Ooh.
There you go.
There you go. We've inspired her.
It's never too late.
Yeah. So before we get into that, Taylor, do you have any news, any updates on Kiss?
That's right. A news story just dropped. But ignore this ad because that's not it. We don't know about Robert Dust, but we do know.
And we don't care about him either.
No. So it's more like, well, I guess his name is a joke in of itself. So this just dropped yesterday.
Wait a minute. Paul's pointing right at me.
He is. That's a pretty cool guitar, actually.
Wait a minute. Okay, you guys remember that chain around Paul's neck because Scott has a story about chains and around people.
Wait a minute. Is that a cracked mirror guitar?
Yeah. That's
Interesting. So, as Kiss says farewell, Paul Stanley reveals why the band is taking the makeup off. And this is, of course, on the farewell tour. So, Kiss is giving a goodbye smooch, to their fans with their end-of-the-road farewell tour, which hits Nassau Coliseum on Friday. Nassau, the Madison Square Garden on Wednesday. The trek returns to the area in August. New York native Paul Stanley, the 67-year-old co-founder and co-lead singer of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band, dishes on his Kiss alter ego, his makeup secrets, and being dressed to kill in Chelsea. So, interviewer asked, So why did you guys decide to hang up the makeup after all these years? We take tremendous, and Paul says, we take tremendous pride in what we do, and we have a tremendous responsibility, not only to the fans, but to our legacy. If we were a band wearing t-shirts and jeans, we could do this into our 90s, but we're carrying 30 to 40 pounds of gear and running around and making it look easy. Our idea was to make sure that before we reach a point of diminishing returns, we go out and in essence, take a victory lap. We don't want to go out with a whimper. We want to go out with a bang. Interviewer asks, will you miss wearing the makeup? And Paul says, it's so much a part of me that whether it's on my face or in my blood, it's always there. So whether I ever put it on again or not, it's part of me. The tattoo is on the inside also. Interesting. Then, what separates Paul Stanley from your Kiss alter ego, the Star Child? And Paul says, you behave differently in different situations. When I'm at a diner, I don't stand on the table and yell for people to pass the salt. He should, though. When I'm in an arena, when I'm in an arena, it's a different situation. But I'm never wearing a disguise. This is never a masquerade. So this is the kind of a whatever question, but what's your all-time favorite Kiss song? I think it's a good question for him. And Paul said it would have to be either Love Gun or Detroit Rock City, just because they so embody the personality and attitude of the band. Although I'm sure the song will always come to mind first to others is Rock and Roll Night. So
except Kevin.
Except Kevin. Last question. What are your memories of shooting your 1975 Dress to Kill album cover on the 23rd and 8th in Chelsea? He says, when we shot the cover, it was a time we didn't have suits, and we all borrowed suits from a manager at the time, which, of course, we talked about in the last video. Yeah, there are so many places in New York City that were pivotal to the band's early years. I was a cab driver, so I certainly knew the city well. So no more makeup for Paul.
Well, okay, so you guys know any more about this? Can you add anything to this? When are they going to take off their makeup?
3 years.
I mean, well, yeah, this thing is going like, honestly, it's scheduled for like 3 years.
Why is he talking about this now?
I don't, because I think it's coming up more and more, especially with this lip sync thing, which again, it's been, you know, plagued the tour from the beginning. But yeah, I just think that they kind of have to address it because it's just more of that, you know, these guys just hang it up, you know, go out on top. On top, more, I think more Paul Stanley, like he's just showing wear and tear, you know, showing his age. I mean, come on, he's not a young guy. And as I said, when I saw him in Sacramento with this whole lip sync controversy, I doubt he was lip syncing. I'm sure there's nights that he is, or maybe I'd heard that somebody's singing with him. But I mean, in Sacramento, it was purely him. Otherwise, it wouldn't have sounded. I mean, it didn't. You know, it wasn't the Paul Stanley that, of course, that everybody remembers from, you know, the old days. But I mean, he still sounded. I thought they sounded phenomenal. They sounded great. But if he was lip syncing, it would have been, you know, pristine, and it was clearly live, and he sounded, you know, like an aged Paul Stanley.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys think about like where they were saying, you know, bigger and better, we want to go out with a bang, and yet the bang is them taking off their makeup. I know Kevin's a big fan of the non-makeup years. How do you feel about that, Kevin?
Well, what he means by taking off the makeup, and this time around is taking it off and they're calling it quits. It's not like
okay.
You know, they're not. He's not talking about. That's how I read it anyway. He's not talking about when they took it off before. They're going to play with the makeup until the very bitter end, and that's what he means. They're going to take it off, and that's going to be it.
Oh, okay.
So
that's how I read that.
And no more performing.
Yeah.
I actually took it at face value. I thought they were actually going to take off their makeup and do part of the tour without the makeup on.
That's not how I see it at all.
No, I think I agree with Kevin. It's just, yeah, when this is it, that's it. They're done. It's over.
We got some people in the chat right now. Rhaegar says he just played hooky at work to catch Kiss Korner. Thank you, Rhaegar.
Wow.
Right.
We got a devotee.
Wow.
If you guys want to join the conversation, let us know what you think about Paul Stanley's latest statement. I will, of course, be reading the chat throughout.
Yeah, because you know what, as you were reading that, I was thinking of it literally, and I was like, this doesn't seem like it's going out with a bang, like taking off the makeup and is like, everybody gets to see how old he really looks and everything. Any kind of makeup. He doesn't even put the wig on or anything.
No.
No one wants that.
He's like, we're done with this.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys, do you guys have anything to add with that, or?
This whole thing, this tour has just really dug up some just sort of this weird thing about, age and of course they're just a much older band, of course they are than
Yeah.
I don't know what everybody's expecting. I don't know. I mean, they still, like I said, it was a great show. I don't know. I'm not even in the middle. I just, you know what you're going to see by all the press out there, but people are just insistent on just really, just lately, like it's just open season on mainly him, Paul Stanley. And I think, again, maybe this goes back to, they just made such a big deal. There was one of them, Gene Simmons or Paul Stanley, that interview, infamous, I guess I should say, interview about bagging on bands that use tracks and stuff. So maybe that has something to do with it, because now they're caught in the crosshairs of just that.
Yeah, but you know what? Everybody that's a fan of Kiss Corner, we have been looking into more definitive proof, and there's a lot of behind the scenes information gathering that we've been doing. So we're going to cover a little bit more of the lip controversy, maybe next episode.
Yeah.
Because we have some information, and like you guys have both. Kevin, you haven't seen them yet for the farewell tour, right?
No, not till this summer.
Yeah. So Scott says it's a great show, and everybody else I've seen that is a Kiss fan that understand the situation all say the same. So it's you're going to get your money's worth, but I think it's fun to talk about, and it's interesting to talk about because they are older guys. So this is a pretty unique situation for rock guys to find themselves in, especially rock guys that have big production. You know what I mean? These guys are going out with, like he says, 40 pounds of gear and stuff like that. So this isn't really your average rock band aging gracefully. This is Kiss. You know what I mean? This is a unique situation unto itself. So you're kind of getting to see some of this, for the lack of a better word, drama unfold, every night when they play. So I think it's interesting to talk about, but whenever we talk about these things, just know, you guys, we're always talking about it, through love of the band and respect for what they've done in their career. Because the love for music right now that I have, it all started with this band. So it turned me on. I got turned on to other bands, and since, have moved, past Kiss and to other bands, but they were really the start. So I'm always thankful for that. And I think, they really connected to me when I was the right age. And I think they did with everybody else here on the show too.
Yeah. And again, it's just that, when I saw it in Sacramento, I was very emotional about it. It's the last time I'm going to see them, unless they make another round, maybe. But I think that was it for me. I don't think I would see the tour again. But like most people, I'm very sad that it's the end of an era. But they've, I think it was Chris Jericho that gave an interview this week about defending Paul Stanley and the band too. Is that they don't have anything to prove to anybody. Nothing. They've proved it time and time again that it's probably the best show you're going to see, dollar for dollar, out there. Just four guys, whoever it is, whichever four members, just giving it 100%. And it's more bang for your buck. It's the best show you're probably going to see these days.
I'm holding out for the last part of the tour, because I think that's when they're going to pull out all the stuff.
I agree. I think you're right when you said that before. I think that's really when all the little gems and surprises are going to come out, probably like the last leg.
Yeah, acoustic sets, guest stars, coming on stage with them. I mean, these guys are going to play out every fantasy that they've had chambered for the last 40 years. You know what I mean? They're gonna. It's not just going to be past Kiss alumnus. They're going to be like, major Kiss fans that are, like big time rockers that are probably come up on stage with them as well. So it's gonna be nuts, you guys. I think the tour is cool now. In 2 years, their last, the third year, if like what Kevin said is right, that they're going to do this for 3 years, that third year is going to be nuts, man. Yeah. Okay. Well, you guys want to, since we were kind of talking about how Kiss influenced us early on and things, you want to get into our Garage Day stories?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Kevin?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Well, I mean, I don't know if sorry about the delay in the photos. I forgot about the photos.
Oh no, don't worry about
it. But no, like I started to say before, my experience with the drums has been hit and miss. I mean, I remember taking a year of lessons when I was in 6th grade, and it was just all pad work. I hated it. I didn't do another thing with drums again until high school. Like I said, my grandfather was he was a big band musician. His son, my uncle, he's a big band musician. So I had these 2 stellar drummers, and that it was probably more daunting and everything. So maybe it stifled me for a while there. And then high school, my grandfather, I wish the hell I still had the set, but he gave me his classic Ludwig kit. It was a 4-piece kit. Huge, it was a pearl, the white pearl finish.
Wow.
And I destroyed that kit. I destroyed it. I don't even know how old it was when he gave it to me.
You wish you still had that? Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Yeah. So that's actually, so I guess, and it's, Kiss did, turn me on, because when I discovered music is when I wanted to start playing drums again. And Kiss was certainly my first discovery into music with Kiss Alive, and we're going to be talking about Kiss Destroyer. That was the very first Kiss album I went out to a store to buy when it came out. So I was playing, and like in high school, just farting around with the drums and stuff, and I met Greg Capullo, who was a year behind me in school. He's a year younger than me. I was in 12th grade, and I met him in one of the art classes, because the art class.
Let me go back for a minute, Kevin. Okay, so the photo of the guy on the drums, that was Kevin in the day, and I assume this is the same band, and this is the Greg Capullo clone. This is not really Greg Capullo. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it is.
That's great. That's the same night. Those 2 photos were taken on the same night.
Yes, it is.
Okay, Greg's rocking it, man. He's doing his Eddie Van Halen finger.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So anyways, I just wanted to let people know so that they understood the photos. Yeah, so that's actually Greg Capullo, and Kevin played with Greg in what was the name of the band?
In the 80s, where we actually got to finally play out, we named the band Shaman. It was sort of like a Native American motif.
Yeah. Cool.
And we were building on that, and the band sort of imploded like all bands do. But in high school, we never really had a band. We were working on doing one of the Battle of the Bands, for the talent show, which never materialized. But we played. We played, and I was a huge Kiss fan, and I forced him to play Kiss music too, and he hated Kiss music, as everybody did at that time, And we played probably for a couple years until I decided I had to, decide of a career choice, and was it going to be, I took 2 years off after high school and just messed around being a kid. And then I went to art school, and then I gave up the drums. So we're talking 81, gave up the drums for a good number of years until we reformed the band in 87 and 88. And these photos right here are probably from 1988.
So you reformed Shaman with Capullo.
Right. And,
Okay.
and another high school friend. And we got two other members, the female and lead vocalist who the female knew. And we finally got to play out. We finally got to, and I just uploaded all those videos. I've had them transferred on a DVD for years, and I just uploaded them onto my personal YouTube page.
Nice.
But
Yes,
and
so
I
if
look
anybody
at those
wants-
things.
Hold
Sorry?
on, Kevin. So if anybody wants to see those videos, Kevin started a YouTube channel a while back, and so he's got those videos up on his YouTube. So what's the YouTube? Is it just Kevin Conrad?
So yeah, I have one specifically for the band Revenge, and I have one, and I think it's KL Conrad. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's I don't know. It's because the links always come out so strange.
Trying
for
to
you, for
Kevin.
YouTube. What's that? What's that? You're
We're
trying to help
to
me
promote you, Kevin.
The link for the channel will be in the description.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank you. There we go. Yeah.
yeah.
Very
So
cool.
you've been posting videos up of Shaman and the different. Are there videos of you and Capullo playing together?
Oh yeah, there's like 3 shows of us playing together on there.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I got one of my other bands from about 5. My other Kiss band that I did about 8 years ago. And then another band I was in about 4 or 5 years ago. I got those all up there. Tell you what though, the one with Capullo, I look at that stuff and I'm like amazed. I love it, man. I thought we were really pretty damn good. The singer was great. Looked really pro up on stage. I thought it was awesome.
Well, Greg still posts stuff on his Instagram and things of him shredding on guitar. So, yeah. I remember Greg used to play his guitar over the phone in the day, and then I'd play him drums. Over the phone.
I remember that. That.
And then Greg would go, yeah. You know what? Because I used to talk about like Kiss and some of the other bands. He's like, no, man. He's like, I play in a band and we're covering Dream Theater songs. And I'm like, oh, okay. You're playing Dream Theater songs. And then he goes, no, and we don't do none of that pussy keyboard stuff. We have the guitar player playing the keyboard stuff. And I'm like, okay.
That's what makes it sound like Dream Theater though.
Yeah. But I think Kevin will know what I'm talking about. Like that's how Greg talks. Is like, we ain't gonna do that pussy keyboard stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right on. Now
so that's really cool. So everybody stay here for the rest of Kiss Corner. Don't go check out Kevin's site yet, but after our show's done, then go check out some Shaman videos with Kevin and Greg. So keep going, Kevin. This is good stuff.
Yeah. So no, it was a great time, man. We that lasted like over one winter where we were playing out. We really were starting to pick up speed. And the band imploded. We lost the girl and the singer, who I'm still friends with the singer. The girl, unfortunately, has passed by her own hand about 15 years ago or so. But the singer he's a huge David Bowie fan. He made us do a Tin Machine song, which is on one of those videos. Which I absolutely,
Tin Machine,
I absolutely hate it. It was Under the God.
Oh,
and I got to tell you, man, I absolutely hated that song when he first said he wanted to do that song, and it was probably one of the hardest songs I ever had to learn. I don't know why, but we finally got it. I got it down, and it was a blast. It was a blast playing it. But
nice.
he does a lot of vocals. He contributes with other. All over the internet. It's all done on the internet. He does all these songs with these other, other musicians and stuff, and they make these songs. And he's very heavily influenced by Bowie.
Okay.
With his vocal inflection and that kind of stuff. So, but he's still doing that. Bass player, I'm still friends with. He lives about an hour and a half away from me. So that was really good. But again, when that imploded in like 80. Well, it's probably 90. I didn't touch the drums really. Honestly, even though they were set up, walked past them every day. I don't think I touched them again for probably 12 or 13 years. And which was sad, and until that Kiss band, that Kiss band from 2011 and did that for a while. And that stopped. stopped playing the drums, came up with this other thing with this other 3-piece band about 4 years ago. And I've honestly been playing pretty solid now or steady for the last 4 or 5 years.
Oh, good.
So I've been playing, not playing drums longer than I've been playing drums. If you put it all together.
Right.
But
Right.
I regret it. I regret not sticking with it from the time I was a kid. But it is what it is. I have a blast. I love playing when I'm up there.
Yeah.
And
Well, it looks like you're playing traditional, like with your left hand.
You're right.
Is that how you still play?
Wow.
No, I play match grip now, and I changed that up after Shaman imploded. I honestly don't even know why. I couldn't even tell you why I changed the grip. I don't know why I did, but I did.
So now against your jazz training, and you're like, no, man, I'm a rocker now.
Yeah, that's probably something to do with that.
That snare looks really low too. Did you used to play with your snare drum pretty low?
Yeah, and I still kind of do, but I have it above. It's probably higher than that now, and I don't have it tilted like you see it there anymore. It's pretty much almost flat, but yeah, I do play it a little on the low side. And
were you bouncing a lot because you're playing traditional? Were you bouncing that left hand a lot on the snare?
Yeah. And that's why that's tilted too, because it's tilted down to the right.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
because of that there. I think probably the main reason why I changed grips is because it's, for me, it was very difficult to get the kind of swipes or hits I wanted on the cymbals with my left hand, so.
I always set you have a metal, that's a metal, right, snare?
It's all, yeah, it's metal. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause those things sound so powerful. I always put the snare drum pretty straight, and I'd always hit the rim at the same time I'd hit the head, just cause it resonated and sounded so powerful. So it's hard on the sticks cause you're just breaking sticks like crazy. But man, I always just loved the way it sounded.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very rock and roll.
Yeah.
So is that a quick release on the hi-hat? What is that on top of your hi-hat?
I believe
it looks like there's a lever on it.
Yeah, that was probably a very, very early quick release.
Okay.
For the hi-hat, for the double, for the
double bass.
Because I did have double bass, and well, yeah, that had to be one of the very early ones. I still use a quick release.
So do I, actually.
I got a DW that I love. I could just tap it with my stick and it just dropped, and I got better aim now than I think I did then.
Yeah.
But getting that thing to drop. But,
can you guys pretty much play like you don't even need to? You could be blindfolded and be able to hit everything exactly perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it was. Yeah, I mean. I do. A lot of times I'm not even looking at what I'm doing, So, and I think I think most drummers are that way.
Yeah, it's all muscle memory. Like as long as the kit's set up the same every time, you can pretty much hit that stuff without even looking at it.
Let's cut to the camera and try it out.
Oh no, one of these days, because the drums are they're right in the other room here. So yeah, it would take me a second to go and start pounding on them. Yeah. But we don't have any music. I guess it's on your website, right?
Yeah, there is. It's all there. It's all on the.
Do we have any here, Taylor, to play?
We have
for Kevin.
I have your general YouTube channel. Let me see if I can get on.
Let's see if we can get were they all cover tunes, or were you guys doing originals?
They were all covers.
There we go.
I sent you guys the link. I could send it to you again.
I got your channel. Let's take a look.
Yeah, we were hoping that we didn't have to click out of OBS to get to it and everything. Yeah.
All right, let's check this out. So we got Unmasked.
Okay, that was the go to.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. No, I would say go to the uploads, and then.
Okay, let's see. Uploads. We got Unmasked 2011.
There's a ton. If you hit that right arrow.
All right, let's see here.
Cold Gin.
Yeah, but I'd rather you hear the stuff with Shaman, which.
Okay. Well, then tell us what song then.
All right. Well.
Okay. Here we go. Hold on.
Okay. So if you go to, and I can tell you what,
There's
video is
Kevin with the bandana on his
yeah.
Yeah. That's a full show.
Ooh.
Beyond the Realms of Death. Beyond the Realms of Death. Hit that one. That's right out of the soundboard. It actually sounds pretty killer.
Oh.
And
this turns.
Let's see.
but the video, it's a mix again. It's not the live video to the thing, but it is a
Ooh.
So is that Greg? No, that's the rhythm guy,
Greg.
right?
That's Greg.
He doesn't look like he has any clothes on.
No, he does. He's got a leather vest on.
Is that a real skull?
No.
It's too big. It's huge.
No, it's a standard. It's a real size skull.
I'm gonna share this link in the chat, by the way, if you guys want to watch this later.
Nice.
I like the choice of music, though.
Yeah.
Nice.
Does he do the scream?
Oh my God, this guy, he was such a good singer.
Ooh, choreography.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or does the screen warping make it look cooler?
It looks like old MTV effects.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, these were all done with VHS, in the day, converted.
God, I wish we had more clips of you behind the drums, though.
I tell you what, that other one, if you go to the last 6-7 minutes, or probably 10-minute mark, Shaman, or the one with the bandana, or Shaman early December '89. About the 12-minute mark before the end of it is when we do Detroit Rock City.
Nice.
And the camera's right on me. He's right to my left.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put the link right now in the chat for all of you guys.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, my gosh. Look at Greg.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the boots he's got on.
And go ahead and check out Shaman using that link, you guys.
You guys are really good.
I thought we were great, man. I look at this stuff and it's like I'm outside my own body watching this thing, and it's hard to believe it was us or me.
Very cool.
And we never had all the bands I play with, we never had great singers.
He's a good singer.
Yeah.
Oh, he's amazing. He was amazing. Never off key, never a sour note.
Oh my gosh. So if there's any comic book fans out there, man, this is Greg Capullo and Kevin Conrad. Oh, there's Greg.
Very cool.
Oh, there's the girl.
I'm a rocker. For some reason, I want that girl to have a mustache too.
No.
Because you all have these cool mustaches.
I did not have a mustache. No.
Well, I can't see you here.
But
You do now, though.
That was the theme.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounded great.
Yeah, that was through the soundboard. That clip right there. The rest of the stuff was through the camera, but it was man, it was a blast. Like I said, that Shaman early December '89 is a pretty good video shot. It's very pretty, really pretty clear, and it sounds pretty good too, coming from a VHS
What year was this that you guys were doing this?
Got to be 89. It's got to be 89.
Okay.
Yeah. I was 28 years old and at the time.
Nice.
Oh, look at Kevin with the headband.
Nice.
I like that Greg's got the feathered hair and everything.
He looks very of the time. Greg has the same mustache now, though.
I know.
Thing.
Nice.
Where was this?
This is one of the premier rock clubs in our area. It was called Saratoga Winters. I saw so many bands there, like big name bands. And we got to play there too. They had a lot of local bands there always, as well.
Nice.
But yeah, saw quite. This is the club I actually saw Ace Frehley and Peter Criss at the Bad Boys there.
Oh, the bad. Oh, nice.
Yeah, where I met Ace Frehley in the same dressing room that I changed in.
Nice.
What kit are you playing? What kind of kit?
That is a Premier APK. It was entry level Premiers.
Yeah, those are the cover ones. Yeah.
That kit, I'm looking at it and I can't believe I was thinking about this. It was an 8-piece, double bass, 1 floor tom, 4 mounted, all the hardware included, and it was $800.
$800.
$800 back in the day.
Do you remember what other big rock drummer played a Premier APK?
Yeah, man. The guy right now the name's Slippy, but it's the guy from Winger.
Ron did, and so did Joe Franco. Joe Franco.
Yeah.
Totally played an APK. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right too. Yeah, I love that kit.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh, they're great. They're great kids.
Electric Eye. Look at Kevin. Oh my gosh, you're wailing on those things. Look how far your hand's going back.
Nice.
Man, you're pounding those hi-hats.
Yeah, man. I wasn't that much for dynamics. Hit them as hard as you can.
Hit them as hard as you can, yeah. Very cool.
Kind of still my
mind. Behind you, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
Made a muscle.
So, but if you could fast forward that to like the last 12 minutes or so of the show, you'll see the camera's right on me, on my left.
Pretty good here.
You got that one guy. He's like, "Yeah, Greg, you rock."
Oh, here we go. I found it.
Right there.
Look at.
Yeah.
There we go. There it is.
Man, he's right up in there.
Yeah. I can't actually hear the sound. What song is this? Do you know? Is this a?
Are we doing Detroit Rock City?
I think it is Detroit Rock City.
Okay, yeah. All right,
it's really fast though. Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. That's me.
Cool.
Yeah, that's all me.
It's like speed metal. It's like Detroit speed metal.
Yeah.
You guys were influenced by punk.
I tend to get excited behind the drums. I still do it. I still play things faster than they should be live,
You got to take a shot of whiskey before you go out.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
There we go.
It's Kevin Conrad.
Traditional, yeah.
This is really cool footage.
Very cool, man.
You know what? I like the song faster.
Nice.
Yeah, give him support.
Look at him. Yeah. I'm envious you guys had that singer.
Oh, he was amazing.
Man, that's fast.
It kind of makes me wince. Like, I'm really, really busy in this song too, because honestly, I was influenced by Eric Carr from the Animalized Live for this.
Oh, yeah.
And And that was super fast. That whole live show was super fast.
They open with that, right? Don't they open with Detroit?
Did they? Maybe you're right. I think they did.
I think they do. And everything is really fast.
Yeah, everything is really fast on that. And but yeah, it was really. I listen to this now. Look at this now, and it's like super busy. You know, for this song, it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to have all that in it.
Ooh, the guitar harmonies.
Nice.
That poor singer's trying to keep up with you guys.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
Wow, this is great footage. Greg, get up.
Nice.
The only Kiss song I could get him to do.
Oh, God.
Actually, we actually tried a few others, but we never got to play them out.
All right.
Ooh.
Man, you guys had some devotees over there. Like, you had some fans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Very cool.
A young Kevin Conrad.
It is a young Kevin Conrad.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That was awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, that was really cool.
That was great.
Besides what I'm doing now, that was by far the best.
I'm going to go out of order. I want Scott to go next.
No.
Now Scott's going to show us what drumming's all about.
No. I don't have any footage, strange enough. I wish I did. I mean, there's stuff. I don't have any.
He's set. Don't forget to subscribe to Kevin Conrad on YouTube. Right here, the link was in the description. Link is in the chat. Go ahead and look at the shaman footage. Look at Unmasked. Check out all this stuff for sure.
And it is with Kevin Conrad, so it's not
You're right.
KL or whatever. Yeah,
it's Kevin Conrad.
Yeah. So Scott.
Yeah.
Oh,
there it is.
Adorable. You and your brother. Yeah, there's Scott. Slingerland. I remember that kid.
That's the Woodstock, Art.
That's the Woodstock?
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, you got to tell people what the Woodstock was.
The Woodstock was a big club. It wasn't very big. It was a club in Anaheim, notoriously, and they've even talked about it. Metallica used to play the Woodstock. And a lot of people don't know this, that U2's United States debut was actually at the Woodstock. There's footage. You can find footage out there. I've seen some because they videotaped everything, and then you had the option to buy it. You know, they'd sell it to you for like $20 or something. But I do have some footage, not of this band, but this was with Ronald the Red Rocker. This was Scorcher. But yeah, I can't even reach the pedals. My feet are barely.
I can see it. Looks like you're playing techno, right?
Yeah, I can't even. And that's as low as the seat would go.
But look how badass you are with that snare drum up high like that. That's cool.
And my striped shirt, and yeah, I got that shirt because I saw the guy from Nazareth wearing the striped shirt. So
love hurts.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that was the Woodstock. So that's 80. I'm gonna say 82.
Wait, how old are you here?
Probably 11 or 12.
Awesome. Hey, this is really weird, but does anybody think that those symbols look transparent?
Yeah.
I almost do. It's weird, right?
Yeah.
How does that happen? Yeah.
Really weird. It looks like you can see the roof through that symbol there. That's bizarre.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah.
It's the reflection of when I took the picture. I think it is the reflection of the window.
Oh, from when you took the photo of the photo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's how they get those ghost effects. You know how those people are like, there's a ghost here.
We were holograms. Yeah, that's how we came on stage.
Yeah. All right, Scott. So I met you shortly after that.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Go back to the Scorcher, the blue set.
The Red Death one, the garage one,
You had this kit when I saw you, right?
The blue one? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I wish I still had it.
Okay, what possessed you to take off the bottom heads? Were you inspired by Peter Criss?
Actually, it was Carl Palmer for some reason. I saw some footage of Carl Palmer. I don't even remember on what, and I took the heads off. Yeah. and then idiot, I couldn't find all the lugs and to put them back on.
Yeah.
He'd always just leave the lugs somewhere and not know where they were, and I just couldn't. I didn't have the lugs to put the hoops back on.
It's definitely a late 70s, early 80s thing where people would
right?
cut the bottom heads off.
Yeah, everybody took the bottom heads off. Yeah. But that was it. That was one of the only reasons. But I love that kid. It was a great kid. Downey Music.
Yeah.
We got that at Downey Music. Yeah.
That was their old stomping grounds for us.
That's it.
Do you still have the kit?
No, God, I wish. I actually sold it to, I think if you remember, Angelo Silva, a friend of theirs. A sister of one of their friends or something, the Silvas.
I just found a photo of Angelo with my girlfriend at the time. Yeah, when I was going through old stuff. Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah.
He was a big guy.
He's a big guy. Now he's thin. My brother just ran into him somewhere and sent me a picture. Now he's thin. He's a skinny, he looks like just an older Angelo, a skinny guy. He looks the same, but thin. But I missed that kid. I wish I have the symbol. Actually, the ride symbol I just used last night, strange enough.
So you guys were a 3-piece here, right? So
that was with Nordstead. Yeah, that was with Geddy Lee, Nordstead, and my brother. Yeah. That was Geddy.
You guys loved trucks in the day.
I have pictures. I do have some pictures of him, of Geddy and Ron at the Woodstock, and I don't know where they're at, but I know I do somewhere.
Geddy and Ron, you still call him Geddy?
Geddy Lee Nordstead. Yeah, he once in a while I talk to him. He still refers to himself as Geddy.
I always had the feeling if I spent too much time with Geddy Lee Nordstead that we would probably get into a fist fight.
Go to blows. He was hard to talk to. He's the same. A little bit confrontational, very opinionated.
Mark's nothing like that.
Yeah.
Two alphas going at it.
He was an odd guy. It didn't surprise me that he just went full bore into the direction that he did. And he
went full bore into the CIA.
Something like that. He doesn't say, but it was something in the military. Yeah.
Oh, wait, we got to find this other photo, Taylor. This one is awesome.
Oh.
Okay, so this is Ronnie, right?
It is Ronnie. Oh, you can see the chain. There's the chain on the kid around his head.
Where is it?
There it is, right above his pants. There it is.
Oh, wait.
My brother just wrapped it around it. And then he draped it around his. At one point, he was wearing it around his shoulder. And then the kid's parents, this was a Polaroid, if you could believe that. The kid's parents watched us play once, and they didn't like his associate. They were very religious, and he couldn't do it anymore. Like that was the last time. Yeah, and they didn't like the chain and the stuff. And, yeah.
Scott, you look like you have a bandana around your head.
Yeah. It was just my hair. It was like cut so straight. Like my hair was like a bowl.
How old are you? You're like 7 or something.
That is 7. Actually, it is. It is.
And so is that your Sears drum set?
It is. I think it was a Sears, like a sterling silver or something they call it. But it was just like the paper heads, pre-tuned heads, and then the one tom, the bracket broke. That's why it's tilted the way it is. So and then the floor tom I had to just set on the ground because one of the legs broke off, or it's just a mess. But it was fun, and then I used to kick it over. We had a whole thing. You see that I'm set up on cardboard boxes with a piece of plywood. The big climax. Yeah, I'd kick the boxes over, and all the. It was a whole thing. It was a whole production.
I like that the kid's got the chain around, but
my brother just grabbed the chain,
and it looks like the chain is through the belt loops of his.
It was, my dad.
And
then
what
my
is
dad
the
got pissed. My dad, I want my chain back. It was just like a chain for like tying a trailer or something. My brother just grabbed it. Here, put this on.
It
Put
looks metal
this will look cool. Yeah, this will look really cool. He just wrapped the chain around him.
with your tambourine and your bell bottoms.
And your belt and your Pop Warner shirt. That's a Pop Warner t-shirt. Yeah.
It's Downey, right? It says
It
Downey
is.
on
It is. Downey Razorbacks. Yeah, you're right. Good eye.
it.
Yeah.
Is this in your garage?
It is. It is in Norwalk. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. At least you guys had like a platform for the drums. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. We built the little, just literally those are boxes. I don't know how I'm not falling through the boxes. It was just a piece of plywood that my dad had, and I set him on top of the boxes.
Hey, did you guys ever go and borrow whose equipment? We always used to borrow from
Ernie and Paul.
Ernie and Paul. Yeah. What were their last names?
The Castorinis.
Castorini. Yeah. And
Everybody did. Hey, I'll bring it right back, right? Boom stuff. Hey, borrow your cymbal. And they, yeah, cool, cool.
And then they had all those milk crates, and so
They did.
we would
Tons.
get all their milk crates, and then we'd build ourselves a drum. Well, not just a drum riser, but actually a stage for the backyard shows we would do.
Yeah, like little steps. Yeah, like full on. Yeah, they always had a bunch of crates.
Yeah, because their parents owned a Mexican food restaurant.
And they would get the deliveries, and they'd keep the crate. Yeah, the vegetables and all the stuff. Yeah, and they keep
It's hilarious.
Pastorinis. Yeah.
So from this, then where did you guys? Where did
Score-
Archer go from here?
It was this. This was Red Death.
Red Death.
Yeah.
No wonder the parents had a problem with it.
Right? Yeah. No, of all things, Red Death.
Little Christian boy playing in Red Death.
And they just weren't even. Yeah, it was just. Yeah, you can't be doing this anymore. And yeah. And then my brother was yelling out. He just would make up lyrics. He just shout out stuff, and he'd offended somebody. The mom heard something that he said about a girl or something. Yeah.
Well, I like that Ronnie still had the whammy bar and like.
Oh God! Oh no, he was all in. He'd wear like I said, he dressed like that all the time, like no shirt with the jacket, and yeah, he just got to look cool all the time, and
He always knew he was going to be a rocker.
I guess so, because he just said like he just would walk around like that. Yeah.
Well, you said he just got a sponsorship with electronics, like
He is. It's I forget what it is. I just saw him Thursday. I went and saw him with he was on playing a short tour with a band, and they were doing a bunch of dates with Enough's Enough. You remember Enough's Enough?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they were so good. Enough's Enough were just amazing.
Wait, you posted some of that on your Facebook, right?
I did. They sounded so good. God, those songs were pop gems, power pop gems. Those songs.
Yeah, like Cheap Trick type stuff, right?
Exactly. Oh, exactly. That's what they reminded, like a rougher, edgier Cheap Trick, maybe. Yeah, that's what they reminded me of now. Yeah, they were great. Nobody there, by the way. Nobody. Me, maybe, I don't know, 10 other people.
Holy cow! I have no hope then.
Nobody. There was no one there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it was. It was actually.
So what else do we have from Scott here? I saw.
And then the other picture was from '99. It was a guy, a slide play, still out there. Guy named Eric Sardinas. He's a slide guitar guy, right in the vein of like Johnny Winter. And actually, the first tour that we ever did was opening for Johnny Winter. On a string full of dates, and then he fell ill, and it got cut short. But it was great while it lasted. But it was a great bill if you like slide, if you're into that whole thing. It was just a slide guitar player lover's dream. I mean, these two guys just duking it out. But he still tours. I did the first three records, tour, and then it was just when it was time to go, it was time to go. But it was good. It was good. Got to see the world more than a few times, and stayed over in Europe because that's where the bulk of the records seemed to do well over there. And then when we'd come back here, we were scuffling to play like everybody else, to play just clubs and stuff. But over there we could open for national acts, and the promoters were a little more a little more accommodating there, from a business standpoint. And then we'd come here and yeah, it just wasn't any fun.
Is that the band you were playing with when you met Robert Plant?
It is.
Okay.
It is. Yeah. And that was probably close to the end. That was probably, yeah, it is. And then strange enough, one time I was playing, I don't even remember where, and Troy James just kind of came out of nowhere. Hey, man, I hadn't seen him in years. He just kind of appeared. I mean, I don't remember when the last time you saw him.
In Europe?
No, we were here. And I don't remember where we were playing. We were playing maybe I don't know if it was in LA or it might have been, but he just came out of nowhere. I mean, I recognized him right away. He said, Scotty. And I went, oh my God, I hadn't seen him in years.
How did he look?
The same. Exactly the same. He did. He looked exactly the same. Yeah.
Those guys drank so much.
They did. I know.
Six pack, remember?
Six pack. Oh God, yeah, 6 pack.
Hey Taylor, this guy used to go to all the local Norwalk parties and stuff. So I think there were 3 of them, right? And they put the 12-pack like Budweiser boxes on their head.
On their head with the cans stuck in
the cans sticking out of them.
Yeah.
And then they would run around and they just go 6
pack. Yeah.
That's funny.
And then one of them fell off the roof onto the stage.
Oh no.
Oh my God! While you guys were playing, he literally he just came from nowhere onto the stage.
Yeah, we were rocking, and one of the 6-pack guys was up on the rooftop, and like the roof overhung a little bit onto the stage, and so he's just like head banging, and the next thing I know, I just see him like face plant right on the stage.
On the stage.
Oh no!
And then he gets up, 6-pack.
They're so wasted.
Like 6-pack.
That's funny.
Yeah. So what else do we have from Scott here? That's awesome, Scott.
That's it. That's kind of it. And this foot. I remember that.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, well let's go Taylor first before we go to me. Do you have anything to add, Scott?
No. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like everybody, like you guys, just in and out of bands, and But yeah. I mean, I wish I did. I wish I had more footage. There's, like I said, there's some. I've even seen some. I don't know if he posts stuff, the Air guy, but there's stuff out there that I've seen in people. Is that you? Is this you? Because look at my hair. I don't look anything like that now. But like that's already easily 20 years ago.
Yeah, for the record, if anybody's paying attention, like on the right-hand side, with the guy with the really long hair, that's Scott.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, I'll show you my first band.
Okay, this there's Taylor.
Yeah, it's Taylor.
Can you guys guess which one's Taylor?
The Paul Stanley.
Please don't say Ace. That child looks demented.
That is nutty.
That kid's got the crazy eye.
The real Ace. We played a couple of venues before we picked up.
Yeah.
There was a lot of inner politics and stuff. So we had to move on.
I like your stage with just the fireplace hearth.
This actually is Taylor Swift. She kind of changed a little after that. She went back to her roots.
The far right.
Have you ever seen those pictures of her dressed as Ace Frehley?
Are you serious?
No. She came out actually not even that long ago. She actually came out on stage in full Ace Frehley garb, and she looked great.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
She played like in Ace Frehley garb. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I could see that actually.
Fully made up, and she clearly had watched footage. I mean,
they both have those narrow hooded eyes too.
But she did. She looked great. Yeah, it was pro. Like very pro.
As Paul called him, Mongolian.
Taylor Swift went full Mongolian. Yeah,
it's a cultural thing,
Okay.
Yeah. This isn't me, but thanks to the children on Google who are forever immortalized under the the kids in Kiss garb tag.
I want to know where they got those guitars because they're kind of cool. They look like real guitars, just miniaturized.
Yeah.
This one's very cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Just spoiled, rotten kids.
they don't know what they have.
Hey, Scott, do you know who that guy is on guitar?
Oh my God. Is that Ted?
Yeah.
It is. That's Ted Heath.
A fortress.
It is fortunate. Is that you playing
Yeah.
drums?
Yeah.
You know, I've seen that kit before. You didn't still have it when I met you, though, right?
I might have just in storage or something.
I think so because I've seen it. I remember you having a white kit or something in the garage or something. I've seen that before.
Yeah, that's my pawn shop special.
Yeah.
that- I think it was blue metal flake, but then I painted it white and then I outfitted it with Ludwig hardware because I couldn't afford a real cool kit. So
May I ask why you picked white over the blue metal flake?
The very brand.
white because of Barry Brandt. Yeah.
Ah, nice.
Yep. And so this is probably after the 4th of July, so we had some fireworks left over. So I thought I'd try to burn down the family garage
So you have it.
with all our stolen street signs and what are those, like emergency work lights and stuff.
It is like an emergency. Oh, that's what.
You can see the fire right here and the smoke rising up to obscure your face.
Right in my face, yeah. I don't think the thing had a stand, so I couldn't put it on the ground.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, Taylor, there's that 3PO.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it's on the radio arm saw.
You guys, from Boomin' Out Loud, here's the famous C-3PO head right here.
Yeah,
Oh my God, it is. Amazing.
the rubber mask. Yeah. So this wasn't even really a band, but we called ourselves Ace.
Ooh.
ACE, yeah, and we had a cool logo and everything. And so this is how gullible people are in school. So we would just write Ace everywhere. And so before you knew it, other people were writing on their peaches and stuff, Ace and things. and then we would just like, did you see those guys last week? And they go, yeah, man, Ace rocks. Like they didn't know. They just wanted
You didn't know. Yeah.
they were just like, and then when you hear Beatles success stories, like that's what the Beatles used to do.
Really?
So in the early days, yeah, they perpetuated like stories about themselves, and they would hand out, flyers and things, and then they kind of told stories about themselves. And I just saw a documentary on Motley Crue, and then Nikki Sixx was talking about stuff like that too. Remember this one? Since Scott and I grew up in the LA area, that they used to worship Satan, and that Nikki Sixx could throw a guitar pick and stick into the ceiling.
There was all kinds of stories like that.
Because they had that party place, that apartment upstairs.
Yeah,
right
above the whiskey or something.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is us in the early. So this is probably my first foray into the rock
Look at all that
arena.
smoke.
Yeah,
Where is that? Is that Ted's house? It doesn't look like your garage.
that's my garage. That's a waterbed. That's a waterbed stand.
It's a good size.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, is that the waterbed? Is that the one that you gave me? Is that the stand, the drum riser?
Yeah, I later, like, there it
man,
is
how far
there.
back did I
It had like red shag or something.
Yeah,
on
I
it,
put like indoor, outdoor over
That's it.
Yeah. I think that's it. Is that it there? Because I think
It
that's
looks
what
like it,
popped
yeah.
on it. Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
So this is when I went full Bonham with the orange Vistalite Ludwig kit.
Pretty cool.
That is cool, actually.
Yeah, so you can see some Kiss influence there, and I think also the second Van Halen album came out, and I was it Alex had his mallets or something on
Yeah,
fire.
the second one. Yeah, he's got them on fire. Yeah, the mallets.
Yeah, so this is Ted as well, and so that's me, and I think I had just stolen those mallets from the marching band in high school.
Oh no!
So I had to burn the evidence. Yeah. So
Pretty cool.
this is still garage days here. Yeah.
Ooh.
And so this is big days. This is the bigger days.
Oh
So
my God, it's a TKO.
yeah, this is TKO.
Wow, look at that.
This is
Bob.
with Foreplay.
Yeah.
This is with, I think we opened for Foreplay and a la carte.
Is that at the gym in Excelsior?
I think so. I don't really remember where this was, but look at the stage and the drum riser. It was pretty legit.
Yeah, it looks like the Excelsior Gym a little bit.
And then that's from the backstage area. So the thing is, the drum riser was pretty high that you saw from the front, and then it went down the whole stage. So it was straight down from the drums right there. So it goes straight down. So if I backed up like 2 inches, I would have fell to my death.
Oh my God.
It's close. Look at that.
Yeah, it's really close. And so I was in high school, so I had my baseball jersey and Norwalk Lancers baseball cap. Yeah. So you can see I'm covered with sweat. If people don't watch drummers, man, drummers sweat like
sweat, yeah.
So that's the front of it there.
It does look like Excelsior.
Excelsior is where they filmed Grease, right?
The second Grease, yeah.
Yeah. So those are the
ones. And they were just there filming the new Tarantino, or well, a few months ago they filmed some. He was there for a while.
Oh, did they?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Look at that. That's a great shot. I never saw the Octobans.
Yeah, I went into the auto because you know how they come black?
Yeah.
I went into the auto body and I sanded because you know how they had the texture paint on them?
Yeah, they did. They were really weird. Yeah.
I sanded it down and then I put like a auto body paint coat over them so they would match the North projection drums.
What did you do with those? Because you still have the North, but what did you do with the Octobans?
I don't know where they are, to be honest.
He sold them to Barry Brandt.
The Barry Brandt, yeah. Did he use Octobans? Did he have some?
He used something very similar to that. They actually, if I remember, the bottoms of them weren't straight. It wasn't a straight pipe. It actually curved out, and you would see the opening.
Well, I know he had the North. He had the two North drums on his left.
Yeah, like the 6 and 8 inch or whatever it was. Yeah. Or was it 8, 10 inch? I don't remember what they were.
We always had them, yeah.
But then I also the counterweights, the Tama counterweights, I painted white to kind of accessorize, the white.
I still have one. I actually still have one of your stands.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, I do with the white. Yeah, with the white counterweight. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were cool because they said Tama, right? They were embedded.
And heavy like bricks.
Yeah. Downey Music.
Downey Music, exactly. Good old Mike.
That's a cool shot.
Yeah, so this is at Knott's Berry Farm.
Cloud 9, is that at the Cloud?
Yeah. And Snow. Remember Snow?
Of course. Actually, they just reunited too. They just played.
So Snow had those two guys, the Cavazos brothers, right?
Yeah.
Lord knows I need you and the way you
crack the whip, right?
Yeah.
So they used to actually have like bands play at Knott's Berry Farm on like
they did.
Or how did it work?
They did.
Yeah, it was pretty cool actually. Like if you were God, what was this? Probably late 70s or 80s. That you would have these things at Knott's, Taylor. They would have like Friday night rock concerts. And so all of Knott's Berry Farm, the amusement park, all the like the outdoor venues, the amphitheaters, any of the club looking places, all of those, they would have rock bands and they'd all plug in. And so you basically could go on all the rides, but then you could watch performances and you didn't have to pay anything extra for the bands. So then you could go into these different arenas and just watch, rock bands all night.
Man, that's cool.
And they did this. Do you remember, Scott? They did this until I guess they had some punk band play there.
Oh no.
And then they sold out. So I guess the punk fans weren't happy with that. So they jumped the fence and they just kind of mobbed Knott's Berry Farm. Do you remember that, Scott?
I do. And then that was it. That was
it. Yeah.
Those friggin' punks, man. They ruined it.
Wasn't it like Channel 3 or something?
It probably was.
I think it was. Yeah. I remember Channel 3.
But they had all kinds of great local talent. And do you remember, too, you brought up Woodstock and then there was Radio City.
Of course.
Do you remember that one? Was it Don Costas or there was that one? Do you remember that guy?
Oh, yeah, the bass player. Yeah. And then he had a band called M80.
Yeah. Remember, he was Ozzy's, I think, before Rudy Sarzo, right?
He was I don't know if it was before or after, but I know that he didn't last long at all in the band.
And he played for Dante Fox, which is a band we used to open up for all the time. And Dante Fox ended up becoming Great White.
Yeah.
I forget the singer, Jack. What was his name?
Jack Russell. Yeah.
Jack Russell.
And Mark Henry were both in Dante Fox. Yeah.
He used to stalk my girlfriend that worked at Jack in the Box.
Oh no.
Yeah. He met her one night when we were opening up for him, and then that was it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Dante Fox and Dubrow. Remember?
Yeah, Dubrow. Kevin Dubrow, right?
Dubrow, yeah.
And this was the Octobox before they got paid.
Look at that. And Rototoms.
Yeah.
That's a great kit. I've never seen that setup.
You had the Rototoms as well, right?
I did. I had a whole, but I've never seen that setup.
And then on the wall off to the right, you can see the Kiss stuff.
I see Kiss stuff. I see the old Ludwig Rockers box from the Rockers heads.
Yeah. And remember there was Licorice Pizza.
Of course.
And so there was a girl there that liked me, and so I always got their throwaway posters. So I got the Blue Oyster Cult. Those are big promotional posters.
Licorice Pizza was that was the big. Was it a record store in?
It was a chain. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a cool place too.
They were great. They had everything, even an import section. I'd get like import stuff there, and
import is where I got my first Triumph album.
Right.
It's also where I got my first, I think, Iron Maiden stuff.
Yeah.
Gosh, was it? Yeah, there was a couple bands. Yeah. Before they became like mainstream record, I guess, label guys.
Yeah.
Or bands.
Pretty
yeah.
cool.
So, is this all we have as far as?
I think this is it.
Yeah. So I have a song. I guess we could keep. No, get the rock and roll image. Yeah, the one, not that one.
Let's go to.
Yeah, one of these. Yeah. Okay, so I played with the band after TKO. I played with a band called Nocturnal Night, and it just resurfaced through Dwayne. So thanks, Dwayne Liebert or Liebert. And he found one of the old recordings for Nocturnal Night. So it's Bad Reaction, 1981, 1982.
It's not Dwayne, not the Dwayne.
Yes, the Dwayne.
Wait, you kept in touch with him?
No, he just resurfaced like a couple weeks ago. So this is all new stuff right here. Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know that's where this came from.
Yeah, so this is on the SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, yeah. I didn't know that. I'll have to. Wow.
Yeah, so this guy named Ralph Miller, I don't know who he is or what connection he has to the band, but this surfaced up. So there's Nocturnal Night, Bad Reaction on SoundCloud. So here we go. This is like a one mic recording too. Like this is not studio or anything.
No, but it's good. I can hear everything.
Sounds great.
You can really hear those north.
Oh yeah, they
really projected. Yeah, they were small drums, but they really projected. Play the solo, Taylor. Move up to about here.
Like here?
Yeah. Yeah, this is. Well, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was fun stuff. So
Pretty cool.
What? Okay, it was Troy. It was Troy James, and then was it Kevin?
It was Kevin J, but yeah, his name was Kevin.
We just call him Jay, right?
Yeah, I never knew why, but yeah.
Well, and Troy's name is
Steve.
Is
Steve.
Yeah, like
What?
Yeah,
I know. I never understood that either. I didn't.
Yeah, we could never. That's why I always get confused. I'm like, I played with those guys, and I still don't know their names.
Yeah, Steve and Kevin.
I'm going to be putting the link in the description right now if you want to listen to the full song Bad Reaction by Nocturnal Night. Hear Heart Pounded on the drums.
Yeah.
It is.
So Kevin was amazing, right? That power.
He was very good. Yes.
Oh, come on. Please don't stop.
No, please.
No.
Everybody named Kevin is a powerhouse. Yeah.
No,
So
you guys are much better drummers than me, but I have fun. That's all that counts.
No, stop. But the thing is, like, we do have a small claim to fame. Is we opened for a lot of like people that made it later, because the LA club scene and even the Orange County club scene, Scott knows, he was there. Yeah. It was crazy, right? Like all these bands getting signed and everything. Yeah. So and so what was it like? Troy hung out with Carlos, right? Cavazzo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I loved him. Yeah.
Carlos is the guitar player for Quiet Riot.
Yeah.
And so even like Randy Rhodes taught guitar lessons at Downey Music. So we were like hanging out with all of these guys before they were really anybody. And so Troy played with, because also a lot of rehearsal halls and stuff, it was all, everybody was rehearsing in the same kind of general areas and stuff. And so we were all hanging out in each other's like little studios and things. And so Troy somehow, I don't remember which Metallica members he was playing with at the time, but he actually wrote Hit the Lights.
Ooh.
He did. Yeah.
Troy for Nocturnal Night, he wrote Hit the Lights. And so we did a song that was called Running Low, which was Hit the Lights because it was Troy's song. So we ended up doing a song, alongside Metallica. So we're kind of going in that same trajectory as Metallica. And so I remember that, you remember they had the mandatory Metallica show?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so there was, these guys better than I do, names, Scott, but it was, what was the bass player's name that used to go
on there?
Yeah.
It wasn't the original Metallica guy, wasn't it?
It was
McGovney,
maybe,
but he was the original guy. Was Ron McGovney?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
So he played with Troy.
Yeah,
or Steve or whatever.
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah, Steve Troy James, whatever his name is. And so then he started talking about that story about Troy and the Hit the Light song. And that TKO, or not TKO, but Nocturnal Night had the Running Low song. And so then, the guy that ran the show said, can you prove that? And so then he got a hold of Troy And then Troy got a hold of me because I was the only one that had a recording of it. And so, and I do still have the recording, but it's on a cassette. Yeah. So at the time, you know, people were still using cassettes. So I loaned it to him. He burned himself. Listen to that. He recorded himself a copy. And so then, yeah, that whole thing was on Mandatory Metallica. So they actually cleared the air that Hit the Lights was written by Troy.
Yeah.
And that later, I guess Troy got some legal representation and he got writing credit for the song. Yeah. But what Metallica did is, because I think it's in Garage Days, I think that's the only place that the song is in, or they had recorded it and released it. And so what they ended up doing is they just buried the song. Like they don't play it anymore, and they don't put it on any of the albums.
Well, it's on Kill 'Em All, the first album. And actually I played with a guy named Floyd. Oh God, he was in Metallica briefly. He's got a little bit of a history, but he had to learn that song, I think, when he auditioned. I think he did. I mean, they still play it. They still play it. It's still considered like a classic.
From what I heard, and I think Troy or I can't remember who told me this, but what they did is I think they can play it.
Yeah.
Well, they can play it.
Yeah.
But if they don't release it on any albums or anything anymore, because the legal thing was every album that came out after that had the song, Troy had to get credit for. And so what they did is they just buried it. They don't, you know what I mean? Everything from that date past is all in stone. But everything that they do with that song after that, Troy has to get writing credit for it. And I swear that pickup beat and everything, it almost feels like they were listening to us play the song, because man, it's a little faster. Metallica's version,
it's the same thing.
Even that, that drum roll and then that pickup beat, it's like the same.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could have swore I came up with that.
Right?
Like, how the hell did like two people come up with the same thing? And I remember when Troy was playing, he's like, you know what? There's this guy I used to play with. Gosh, I'm blanking now on the drummer's name for Metallica, Lars. He said there's this guy I used to play with, man. That guy couldn't keep a beat to save his soul. And he said it's nice to play with somebody that could actually keep a beat. And he was talking to me, and then I look back and I go, he was talking about Lars.
Yeah.
One of the most innovative, like, heavy, rock drummers of all time. But we all have to start somewhere, right? Yeah. So that's
cool. That's a great story.
Yeah, those are my garage days. So I think we all have great stories.
We all have garage days.
Yeah. So that's very cool. So that was fun, you guys.
Very cool.
Yeah, man, that was awesome.
If we still have anybody in the chat, thanks for thanks for hanging out and letting us go down memory lane here.
Yeah.
We'll continue with Destroyer next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know, really, right?
Oh man.
I knew this was going to take a lot of time.
But that's good. It was good. They're great stories.
So
great photos and everything.
Yeah, so to wrap up, Destroyer's awesome and we all love it.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect album.
Nothing but love.
All right, you guys. So you want to wrap this up, or do you want to try to get into some Destroyer talk? Or
no, I gotta wrap up. Can still talk.
No. I was waiting for Kevin to say anything. He didn't say anything.
But I wanted to. Are we going to talk about Destroyer next week? Or the next show? I'd really like to.
Me too. Yeah, we should. We don't want to. How can we skip over that album? We can't skip.
Yeah, I can't.
If we're going to skip over anything, it's going to be Unmasked.
No.
I think you meant to say Hotter Than Hell.
No.
Too late. We already covered that one.
I know. God, I hate you, Kevin. I'll get you back.
I'll get you. All right.
Yeah, and also Taylor found some fun stuff with Paul Stanley voiceover, little cartoon. So we can do that next week.
Yeah.
And then maybe we could get into some of the more controversial lip sync stuff again that Scott was talking about early on in this live stream.
Yeah, we got to talk about that one sound engineer who laid 6 songs on top of each other from 6 different shows. That one we definitely have to talk about that one.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
That'll be an episode all its own.
And once again, you guys, all this stuff is coming from a place of love. We do not hate everything. It's just fun to talk about.
Yeah,
we love it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you never miss a Kiss Corner. Go over and subscribe to Kevin Conrad's YouTube channel. Watch some of the old stuff. And check out Nocturnal Nights, the Bad Reaction music. It is linked in the description. Check out SMP Media and stick with us for another Kiss Corner. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about the guys' garage band days and beyond.
Hey, Scott, just before we go, is that music that you're playing in that 3-piece? Can anybody hear that anywhere?
Oh yeah. I think he has it all up on his website. And they were releases. I mean, they were actual releases. Yeah, I mean, you can find just about all of those records on YouTube. I've streamed them from YouTube. You can still purchase them on Amazon and I think through his site, Eric Sardinas, the site. But the label that the first, or those 3, I think they've gone under, it was Evidence. And I think, but they got bought by somebody and I don't know who. It might be Favored Nations, Steve Vai's label. I think he might have bought them. Because I think that's who Eric is with now. I think he's on Favored Nations.
He's got a little bit of a Steve Vai.
Yeah. He was very good to us. Actually, the first big tour we were ever on, like on a bus, was Steve, opening for Steve. And that was, what was Steve's record? I think he was touring for Ultrazone, an album called Ultrazone. And he was very good to us. Didn't have to be, but he was. He took us out more than once, all across Europe and then all across the States, and was very, very generous. Can't say enough about him.
That guy put on a show too.
And it was great to be able to be around those guys every night for months. They were just incredible. At the time, he had Mike Keneally in the band, Mike Mangini playing drums. I'm trying to think. Dave Weiner, who still tours with them frequently, and it was just every night, just amazing. My very, very dear friend. I got to give a shout out. My very dear friend Philip Bino, who I'm still very, very close with to this day. I met him on that tour. And we're still very close. And he does a million things. He plays with a band Warlord and plays with Tony McAlpine, all those guys. He's just a,
oh my gosh, Tony McAlpine.
Yeah, he's just a monster. My friend Phil, I just cannot. Again, he's a he's brilliant, brilliant bass player, brilliant cellist, session guy, and teaches. And he's just a guy just never stops working. But so I was very fortunate to have met him on that tour, and we're still, very, very close. So,
what's cool about this Kiss Corner thing is when we started it, I thought there's no way we're going to be able to perpetuate this thing and go like episode.
Here we are.
and it's like this episode, we have more than we can even put in. You know what I mean? Like now we have too much stuff
right?
into these shows. Yeah.
Well, when you start talking about yourself.
Wait a minute, we're gonna have to go back and see who talked the longest about their garage days.
Let us know in the comments.
It was probably me.
All right.
That's all good, man. It was great. How long? Let me ask you, because I know I came into this when it was already a thing. How long were you doing this prior to me jumping on board?
Oh, Kevin, you came on really early. What would you say, Scott?
1 week? Maybe one week, 2 weeks at the most.
Get out. Oh, okay.
I think
maybe 2 or 3 shows, maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm an original member.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're the only member. You got more Kiss cred than any of us.
This is
Oh, that's not true. Scott's got it all over me.
Yeah, you can't shower that crap off.
It's like what Paul Stanley said about the makeup. It's the makeup inside that counts.
Exactly. That's what
was
we meant. Exactly.
Well, he said it's like a tattoo on the inside. I thought that sounded really weird.
Okay. Paul's killing me.
We'll give him a pass because he's 67 years
Oh,
old.
Lord.
Something Paul would say in his 20s, though, judging by his book.
Oh yeah. Well, we didn't even get his. Oh, there's like songs like "Great Expectation" and "Flaming Youth." There's "Sweet Pain." There's some weird lyrics, man.
Yes.
We'll get into that next week.
We will.
So yeah, we'll wrap this up. Do you guys have anything you want to leave with? Parting shots?
No.
Doing my first show of the year of the season this Sunday, Albany Comic Con.
Nice.
I'll be guesting there this Sunday. It's a 1-day show.
Awesome.
And that's it. Next month we'll be in a 4-hour drive to Rochester, New Hampshire for a revenge gig.
Cool, man.
Which one's the one with Alice Cooper? Which con is that? Is that the next week?
That's the Philadelphia Con.
Okay.
That's next month. The Great Philadelphia Con. Yeah, that was awesome that they asked me to do that. So. I'm almost done with that.
I just realized this. I talked to a promoter. This will be early 2020, and I talked to him about revenge at a convention.
Nice.
How many details can you share? Because it's kind of a secret.
It's going to be in Orlando, and it has Rockin' in the title. It's going to be a brand new convention, and this convention sounds absolutely nuts. And I don't think I can say too much because I don't know how much has been released yet. But I was talking to the promoter the other night, Kevin, and I said, because he said there's going to be bands playing. It's going to be kind of like what we were talking about with the way Knott's Berry Farm was, where there's like bands playing all the time. So it's kind of like you can go in and enjoy the pop like convention, like kind of like Wizard. It's a pop convention where they'll have like, all kinds of different like musicians, actors, comic book people, pop culture stuff. But at the same time, it'll be kind of a carnival, like amusement park environment that's built around the con.
Like the old school Knott shows.
Exactly. Yeah. And then
with comics.
Yeah, with comics. And so I mentioned, I go, there's a guy I do this Kiss Corner show with. And he goes, yeah, I know Kiss Corner. And I said, yeah, so he's got this cover band Revenge. And would you be, open to having those guys come out? And he said, yeah. And it's going to be in Orlando. So that's all I can release now. So I'm working on it, Kevin.
Right. We're going to have to start paying you or something.
Yeah, so that would be a blast. So so Taylor, you got anything for partying?
Whoa, echo. Stay tuned for more Kiss Corner. We'll keep you posted on all the Paul Stanley lip sync scandals that'll continue to happen probably till the end of the tour.
Yes.
Check out the links in the description. See all the guys' stuff. Like I said, Nocturnal Night. You can listen to the music. You can subscribe to Kevin's YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications on this channel. And check out SMP Media. Check out Kevin Conrad Art. And don't forget to check out Black and White, which is still in demand. We are almost to 60K. We're stone throw away from 60K. So check that out.
Hey, Taylor, pinch me 60K.
It's cray.
Ouch.
I just did it.
She pinched me. I'm going to sock you back.
No.
All right, you guys. We'll have a wonderful Friday. Thanks to everybody in the chat. And thanks, Scott. And thanks, Kevin. And thank you, Taylor.
Bye, everyone.
Have a great
Nobody puts Kiss in the corner.